be active and get his racket on a lot of these returns from the Spaniards.
Granollers Lopez are challenging a call on the right service line. Ball was called in. Ball stands 15 on. Granollers Lopez have 2 challenges remaining.
Yeah, calculations are pretty simple for this one as far as Peya and Soares go. If they lose tonight, they will definitely not qualify. That's because, of course, Granollers and Lopez will play Peys and Stepanek in their...
Granollers will mix in some serve volleying. Like to stay back as well, and that makes it a little tricky. Not quite sure how to measure your return. Gets in quickly. Bruno read the volley, but just didn't do enough with the defensive lob. Didn't get it deep enough.
Service.
One thing the Spaniards do very well is they get tight on the net. They move forward and make volleys a lot simpler, just by virtue of their proximity to the net. Enables them just to hit down, take the net out of play.
Oh, great defense from Alex Peya.
40-15.
Yeah, it really was. Good first volley there from Soares, and then Peya at full stretch twice. Not just making the volley, but he got it back nice and deep in an awkward spot where Granollers actually had to volley back the ball.
Oh, delicately done from Mark Lopez. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that's a good sign for Mark Lopez. Offensive return lobs. A lot of people will chip a Bob Bryant first serve, but needed incredible field to be able to hit an offensive lob.
It's got an awkward backhand, isn't he, Granollers? There's a big gap between the bottom and top hand. And of course, that's not a huge problem because you look at Ferrer. Ferrer actually has a little gap, but his is, I think his is slightly more, isn't it? Distinguishable in terms of he's stiff, isn't it?
Yeah, he's got an excellent return, as we just saw, but he can't really create a lot of pace from the back of the court with the backhand. So the Granollers will often go to the lob and doubles off that backhand side.
It's a shot we saw the Spaniards this morning use quite effectively. Forehand down the line. Beautiful. Already, they've played 2 games a lot better than they did to the previous match.
And again, the Mark Lopez backhand lob, the shot doing the damage. This is a shot that it almost looked like Peya let that go. Pulled the racket back. And that's a good sign for Mark Lopez, though, also. The fact he's running around, looking to be offensive, second serve return. Back to your point about Granollers' backhand, he's got such a short swing, and that's exactly what you want on a returner serve, why he returns exceptionally well, but not so much on a ground stroke. The short swing makes it difficult for Granollers to generate pace.
Defended so well, he actually got a volley just the one he wanted.
30-40.
Yeah, you're exactly right, Nick. They hit all the difficult volleys, and then when they're in a position just to put one away, this is just stick save after stick save. I think just broke the wrist a little bit too much.
So break points. Fascinating battle, this, isn't it?
Yes.
The early stages.
This is the brand of doubles that Lopez and Granollers showed us last year during this event. You just have to work so hard against them to hold serving, make return after return, and just nothing comes easily. It's concerning if you're Alexander Peya and Bruno Soares. They're going to have to return well themselves just to throw this sort of pressure back at the Spaniards.
It's a break. Now the Spaniards, who quite frankly were very disappointing in their first match, are anything but from Europe. I can imagine it would stay here. Doubles, likewise, really. Probably actually talking of moving the event, probably the one thing the doubles guys would want is to keep the format the same.
Yeah,
I don't think the doubles players care really where they are as long as they're part of the singles. I think that's primarily what they would want. Probably go Timbuktu if they can have that, to be fair.
Good tennis right now. Points are getting started. Good return here from Bruno. Peya moving forward. No swing on the volley. Textbook tennis.
Good coverage from Alex Peya. And again, cutting off that forehand, isn't he? Doesn't want to let Lopez hit too many of those. Immediately back for the number 2 seeds this week.
2 games.
Serve.
$15. 15. $30-15.
It's a tough team to volley to because you want to find Granollers' backhand. That's the safest place to volley to, but Mark Lopez is so quick that he gets over there and takes balls off Granollers' racket.
Question whether he actually meant it to be there, but I think he probably did, judging by his reaction.
Yeah, this is a good defensive volley from Peya. Yeah, he sneaks in, breaks the wrist in order to get the inside of the ball.
Too good. Too much.
Peya, Soares.
It's Peya and Soares who bounce back nicely, having suffered that early break in doubles alone. And of course, by pairs, we mean, for example, Michael Lodra, who won with different partners, so Lodra Mahu and then Lodra Roger Vasselin. So 41 different pairs that won. And I think there's, in terms of titles up for grabs, about 60 something, I think it is, Ash, maybe a little more. So despite the Bryans winning 11, it's sort of spread pretty evenly. Other than if you compare that with the singles game, there were 32 different singles winners on tour this year, which I was a little surprised about. I thought that might be a little less, that number. Again, you've got to factor in Rafa Nadal winning 10 of those. So 31 other players who won other than Rafa. Oh, quality stretch.
30 left.
That's a good move, though, from Peya. Bruno gets this ball down. Peya moving forward and to the middle of the court. That will pay dividends later. It just puts that seed of doubt in the first volley. The Spaniards coming in, they don't know where to volley.
For service.
And just to put into perspective how much Alexander Peya has improved in the last few years. In 2011, he started the year ranked 103. He's now ranked 4.
That's a bad miss.
40 left.
Simple forehand and lots of court to work with. Good aggressive volley from Granollers, wasn't it? Followed it in, as you always talk about. Got to use the feet, got the feet doing a lot of the work. Remember, Tony Pickard was saying, wasn't it, about Stefan Edberg, that famous quote. He said Stefan's volleys are, just watch Stefan's feet as he's volleying and the way he takes him to the ball all the time. That's what makes a good volleyer. Of course, there's other things that go into it as well.
Yeah, aggressive feet, quiet hands. Tim Henman is one of the best.
Tim's been here this week doing a bit of commentary as well. Fitting in around the golf, of course, for Tim.
I find with Mark Lopez, he starts out hitting his forehand line and middle, and the more confident he gets, he opens up his playbook. Then he goes for the angle, inside out, then he goes for the lob. Oh, that's a clever shot from Bruno Soares. Not overplaying, just getting the ball down. It's a good lob from Granollers. This shot here, he knows that Lopez hasn't got on top of the net yet. As quick as he is, he felt like if he was able just to dink that ball, it would find the feet of the Spaniard.
Oh, that's as good as a recovery as you're going to see this week. From Mark Lopez, not just to get there, but the hand skills just to steer it as well.
Yeah, this is the sort of doubles match that even if you come out in the wrong end, you enjoy this sort of tennis. It's fun to play. All four of these guys got a lot of respect for each other and the skills on display right now.
Interesting little view there of Lopez's grip, how he kind of goes with the forehand grip, and then just as he's about to serve, he actually goes back to the backhand grip. That's something that coaches are always looking for, isn't it? Those little things, you know, where those small little differences that can make a, you know, patterns of play, where you want to go. Probably not where you want to serve to Granollers.
Well, there just wasn't any width on that serve at all. Peya missed his spot. It came straight into the sort of sweet spot for Granollers. It's always an interesting dilemma when you play someone like Mark Lopez. Do you want to serve to his forehand? That's the better return. But if you do serve to his forehand, it makes it a lot easier to volley to his backhand, which is his weaker side. This is where you don't want to find his forehand on the second serve when Lopez has time to run around and really wind up.
Oh, no.
Well, that shot essentially cost Soares a break earlier in the set. Peya missed the same volley, trying to fade the backhand volley inside out. You have to take chances when you play the Spaniards and look to be aggressive with the volleys. Finish points either way. Don't be afraid to miss volleys. You don't want them hitting 4 or 5 shots. That's long. Oh,
it was still tight, but it was just long. So Granollers and Lopez break Alex Peya once again. And once again, they're looking good in this first set. 4-3. Send them out of the tournament.
And Scotty Davidoff was saying it's the first time that Peya and Soares have qualified for this event. Just saying they've almost been like kids in a candy store, just so impressed with the whole tournament and crowds. They're really enjoying this. It would be devastating for them to be eliminated Wednesday. Especially in light of the year that they've had. Davidoff's done such an excellent job coaching them, getting them to number 2 in the world.
Let's talk about points being played on Peya's terms, don't we? And that's something we've banged on about a lot. But again, it's another point you feel Granollers and Lopez have just incrementally, slowly, just worked their way through that point. And again, it's not necessarily a traditional doubles point, is it? In the manner that perhaps we've come accustomed to, but. That's a shot he missed a lot.
Yeah, he takes big swings. He's effective as far as moving and takes good sort of chances and he's active, but when you're that close to the net, you don't need a swing. He could learn a lot from the way Mark Lopez moves at the net. There's a real simplicity. Granollers swats at volleys and he can shank them and mistime them. The more swing you have, the more likely it is that you can mistime a volley.
Oh, that's a better volley and a good stretch.
40-30.
Yeah, good return. And Peya goes at Granollers on his terms. That's what you're talking about, making volley on your terms. But Granollers did well at full stretch to get that sort of angle.
Game. Granollers Lopez.
So they failed last time when breaking, but they hold, and now the lead is 5-3.
Granollers Lopez lead 5 games.
Soares
15
played with a couple of different Brazilians before, didn't he? And, of course, Marcelo Melo was a partner for a while. Simply too good. One of the best forehands that we're going to see this week. This guy.
Yeah, full stretch. Not a lot of backswing, just meets the ball, follow through. And you can't cover all of the doubles court. You have to give certain spots away. That's just all you can do is say too good if you're Alexander Peya there. Moves early into the court. Good shoulder turn. You don't want to have a big backswing, but you want to engage your upper body, torque. Get side on.
Yeah. As you say, he just does so well to make the space.
30-14.
His forehand has been firing tonight. There's been a good reaction from this team. Set points. 2 of them. Oh, it's a clinic in forehands from Mark Lopez. We saw a lot of that 12 months ago. 6-3.
Love 15. Love 30.
I knew that would be a reply.
15-30.
Been treated to some real quality this evening.
Lopez should have put the volley away, but there was incredible defense from Bruno Soares. Scotty Davidoff likes that. This shot should have been put away, but that's a great overhead. And then the court speed and the quality of shot that Peya was able to hit, not just getting there, but making it very awkward and getting the error from Granollers. And that's in. Oh.
30-40.
So 1 down, but still 2 to go here. Good move by Mark Lopez. Definitely disturbed the returner, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. And had that returner gone over, it was going to be straight to Mark Lopez in any case.
Big Famos, and that's no surprise because Bruno Soares and Alex Peya failed to capitalise. Oh, couldn't twist himself around.
15 left.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate because that was going to be an awkward volley for either Peya or Soares. But the key there is look at the way he moves forward to the ball, not just sideways.
Oh, that's world class. Paul, that's the last shot that anyone was expecting. Going over the long part of the court. And he played it with no spin.
Yeah, it's just a flick of the wrist, just improvising. You don't practice this shot very often. That's just pure racket skill. You can't read a shot like that because you never see it. That's what I meant by Mark Lopez opening up the playbook on the forehand. The more confident he gets, the more variety he has. He's won the first set with an inside-out forehand. He starts out pretty conservatively, just going hard line or hard middle. And then he works his way into a sort of a comfort zone where he just can hit anything by the end of a match. He's shown everything on the forehand. The next shot will be the topspin lob.
Oh, can you believe that? Take a bow, Mark Lopez. He has done nothing wrong this evening. Absolutely phenomenal.
15, 14.
Yeah, it's all happening out there. Incredible feel again. This is a good shot from Soares.
That's unreal. Just to redirect that. Most people are just trying to get that one back over the net. Really could not be more contrasting from the performance they put in their first match. Day and night right now.
Well, that's the great thing about this tournament. It allows you to play tennis like this. The sort of performance that Lopez and Granollers displayed yesterday, they'd have 5 or 6 days off going to the next city.
Use the silent point receiver's shot.
So this is Granollers is going to take this one, I think. He is. It's a big hold. Both teams from 15-40 to open this set and managed to avoid the danger.
One game.
Not surprised Lopez didn't take that.
Well, I suppose he didn't make a return at 30-40.
Been a busy year for these guys, Peya and Soares. Made the final last week in Paris. They won in Valencia the week before. Three straight weeks, but nothing beats winning matches, does it?
No, and you talked about them notching up 53 wins and that being second on tour. Peya actually injured himself in the US Open semi-final, and it forced him to miss the entire Asian swing.
Carlos Moya there, back in the house again. Busy day for Carlos, watching Moreira and Verdasco, then watching Rafa Nadal, the day session, and now the night session. He's here again. Not short on players, though, is he?
Or wins, for that matter, today.
Davis Cup captain these days is Moya. The nicest guys I could meet, Carlos.
Well, that's shrinking the court.
14-15.
Because Granollers move so much, Soares didn't have much court to hit into with the cross-court return. As a result, missed it wide. That's what movement of the net does. You don't have to get your racket on the ball to win the point. You can create errors.
Just moved a little early. Did Bruno Soares, and there was plenty of room down the line to slot that forehand in. Season-ending champs. Found a home in New York City for a long time. This championship was there from 77 all the way through to 85. That was when McEnroe and Fleming were dominating proceedings. They won 7 in a row. Can you believe that? 7 in a row McEnroe and Fleming won of these World Tour finals. Lovely finish.
It's not easy to win a point out there. That ball is just coming back. Look at Bruno Soares. He's just standing there watching. He's got his hand on his hip.
First volley was good, wasn't it? Hits it low and short.
14-15.
Second one was lacking.
Yeah, he set the point up nicely.
Mark Lopez in the mood he's in tonight. Couldn't quite pull that one off. And magician, really. There's a little
2
shoot up
games.
top.
This is when doubles is really at its most entertaining, when points are getting started, when it's neither team really overpowering each other. A lot of skill on display out there tonight.
Love 15.
There's no secret about the move from Bruno. He asked the question, made Granollers come up with a difficult volley, and he wasn't up to the task.
He's tagged him.
Love 13.
Soares returns better. Lopez. A little bit of trouble there, taking one to the mid body. Bruno's at his most dangerous when he's aggressive with the return, when he's stepping into the court, taking it early.
And for service. $15-13.
I think he might be saying, possibly he heard a let. Is that what it was? Difficult to ascertain exactly what Soares was saying there. Now they've got trouble. Granollers and Lopez, a double fall. First for them of this match. And they've got 3 more breakpoint chances. And a fair few in this match already. That, and again, he puts his hand up in apology, so you can only think he was lucky, but
30-14.
still got to put yourself in a position, haven't you?
Yeah, it looked intentional to me. Oh, he's apologising.
Here's deciding point to receiver's choice.
Granollers did well just getting into the net quickly behind that serve.
1 from 6 on the breakpoint chances today. Peya and Soares do feel if they're going to keep themselves in this tournament, they may have to start taking one of these. A deciding point. He's missed it. And the hustle of the Spaniards doesn't get it done there. And Peya and Soares do break. Perhaps another match tie.
Can't wear his scarf. He likes to wear that scarf.
Yes, Benoit Peya played in a hoodie this year in Estoril. Do you remember that? He turned out in a hoodie. He played the first set in a full hoodie outfit. He must have rather cold blood.
Third up. 30-15.
Missed that volley, but it's a real tribute to how much Bruno Soares' volleys have improved. When you think about the fact that he served and stayed back just a year ago, he rarely served and volleyed, and now his volleys are holding up against arguably the toughest opponent in doubles. Two guys back, Granollers, Verdasco and Moreira might have something to say about that, but in any case, he's volleyed well tonight.
It's a sort of serve that just keeps him honest, isn't it? And we talked about this a couple of times this week. Of course, we know he loves to skip around with that backhand side to rip a forehand. So if you go to the strength, you can just keep him guessing sometimes.
Yeah, it's making him hit a forehand on your terms.
Game, Peya Soares.
It's a good game to cement their break.
Peya Soares lead 4-2.
If we look back at the match last night between the Bryan brothers and Dodig Mello, a real key moment in that match was Dodig having the confidence to hit a second serve to Bob Bryan that was an ace, stopped Bob Bryan from running around. Ultimately was the difference. And I was talking to Jorge Takao after that match last night, and he said it was Dodig that hit that second serve, and he said he was sort of impressed and made the comment that a singles player sort of doing that. He said not many doubles players would have the courage. He suspected that they'd go with a body serve on a big point like that.
Oh, a little no-looker.
Well, that's what Mark Lopez does to you, because against anybody else, Soares would be covering middle here. Terrific return, great volley. Now you know you've got to come back and take the middle of the court. But because Lopez tricks you so many times and hits these low percentage shots, Bruno was looking for the more difficult shot.
(30-15). (40-15). Granollers, Lopez.
The defending champion still in this second set.
Peya Soares.
They may not have any choice things continue this way.
Again, the racket skills of Mark Lopez to be able to hit a topspin lob off a first serve on an indoor surface. Not many players possess that sort of ability.
First set, Peya and Soares were being very much dominated from the back of the court, weren't they? But in the second, these are the sorts of points they've been winning a few more of. Keeping the points a bit shorter as well, which is key. With a pace off the first serves, the 102, slow balled him, and Lopez didn't really read it. Weak. Oh, magical touch.
And if Peya had been able to see Soares' momentum moving all the way to his right because he was jammed, Peya unfortunately can't see that because he's at the net, but that's the one where it's just a natural cross because Bruno's already halfway over the deuce court.
Continually have to pick up half volleys like that. And that's the thing. You can make one. It's tiring. You know, mentally, it's tough. You've got to keep going down there, picking up difficult shots, and that's why the more returns you can put into play, the better. Yeah,
and with an active net man as well, you're not really sure even if you can make it, if it's going to work.
It really is the value of finding the return. Pretty obvious in truth, but that's what it's all about.
As well as they're lobbing, they're picking the wrong man to lob. Because Alexander Peya gets back as well as anybody on the ATP World Tour. And that's not a knock on Bruno Soares' athleticism. It's just the fact that he's not as quick as his partner.
Oh, he's got him. It's about the third or fourth time today, and that player's gone away with a bruise.
He's just so quick to accelerate. I mean, this shot's phenomenal. That's just a trick shot, but he doesn't have a big backswing. It doesn't look like he's going to hit it that hard, but it just speeds up so quickly on contact. Racket head speed. It's enables him to generate the spin as well and the angles.
Reel for this match is going to be long. Another absolutely breathtaking rally.
30-15.
It's just cat and mouse from all four players, and the hands, it's just so difficult to win a point.
Lopez nearly made the last one as well. Nice reactions from the two camps.
Another good second serve. And Soares, you hope that they've put that one in the memory bank if this match moves into a match tiebreak situation. The second serve tee to Mark Lopez has paid dividends recently.
So we'll go the distance here this evening, because that is on that evidence they start as favourites here. Three wins, 7 defeats for the Spaniards this year. It's come down to the match breaker. You raised an interesting point here last year. We were talking about this, how actually quite long the match tiebreakers are. Tactically, they do go on a while, and there's no reason to panic early doors, is there?
No, there's typically a few momentum shifts. It's hard to lead from start to finish.
One all.
And there's research that supports that point, Nick. Because initially, when the match tiebreak was introduced, the argument against it was that it's a crapshoot, but that hasn't been the case. And that's a pretty ordinary challenge.
Peya, Soares.
Been much more alive to the lob, haven't they? I agree with you. At times they've lobbed the wrong person, but in the first set they were getting completely done by the lob. In this set, from pretty much midway through, start of the second set, they've been much more aware that shot's been coming.
And that shot, Bruno has hit that shot very well. That backhand down the line return.
3-1. Peya Soares.
He's taking the ball early. It's not just a great shot, but he's also got the court sense to follow it forward in case Mark Lopez can get over there and hit a forehand. Mark Lopez, his first serve is almost like a kick serve, so it does lend itself to being a little bit predictable. He doesn't have the slice serve on the outside that tails away from you when he goes tee. So Bruno Soares can lean backhand with a lot of confidence, particularly on the second serve.
Another twist in this match because having been down early, they now have a break.
Didn't quite hit that serve, Peya. Just 101. Didn't commit to it.
Oh, how good's the lob from a ball that was almost behind him.
Yeah, just a stick save from Bruno Soares, but Granollers doesn't hit this shot at Peya enough through the middle of the court and needed to go into the doubles alley to Alexander Peya's right. It's an incredible shot from Soares, but Granollers gave him a shot at it, gave him a chance. You don't put volleys away through the middle of the court.
And it's first service.
No one can win a point on their serve in this match tiebreak, and it continues that way.
That's a good forward move from Bruno Soares because he's moved a lot on this same volley where he's poached. That time he moves forward and then back to his left. And that's what you were talking about, Nick, just having to dig out volleys time and time again and not really sure where the net man is. That's that tee serve that I said Mark Lopez doesn't hit that well. Bruno Soares can hit it. It tails away from Mark Lopez. Hits his spot, and it also moves away from the returner. He's a cool customer, Bruno Soares.
They are accelerating away here.
Yeah, Damien Stoner's not going to let him challenge here, saying it's too late. And I agree with the umpiring about that. But the challenge didn't come immediately. You see Mark Lopez sort of move to try and track down the volley. Once he realized it had gone for a winner, then he challenged. And that's the argument that Stoner's making.
That won't make him happy either. That's a poor backhand volley. Side he does struggle with. And the tie-break now very much heading the way of the... got under their skin, hasn't it?
9-4.
It's a shame. It's a disappointing ending because this was an outstanding match. The quality tennis was superb. And all four players, they were enjoying themselves out there. And you can't help but enjoy yourself when you're involved in a match like this. It's just a bitter ending.
Five match points. Yeah.
9-5.
Good hustle. Good defense.
Peya, Soares.
It's wide. Alex Peya and Bruno Soares get their first win of the week. Their 54th, would you believe? And not out just yet, but they are on the brink. Peya and Soares, though, on course perhaps for the semis. Just shy of an hour and a half.